Alright guys, so this is the Plankerton endurance run guide. We're gonna try and make it sub 10 minutes. Here we go. So you spawn in like this. You have your SSD, your little home base. You can just leave it however you want to leave it. Make it however you want to make it. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't have to be spot on fancy. Just make sure that you have a nice trap tunnel right here, 3 tiles long. I prefer. This is where it should start, right here. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Put down spikes or freeze traps, and then I like to go darts and darts because they reach 3 tiles long. These should be spikes. They can have healing, or they can have damage or health. Doesn't matter. Preferably healing on the backs of these, so that these will practically never die. Okay, these should be slows. These are my blues from back when I was in Plankerton, like actual Plankerton. And that's pretty much it. Now, following the spikes should be a line of anti-airs to prevent any sort of lobbers killing your defenders. Now, it doesn't even have to do this, okay? You don't even have to go that route. You can just go full on traps, as in ceiling electrics or tire traps, and they will literally obliterate any husk. Now, for more insurance, I add in melee defenders with either the vacuum tube sword because of the chain. Sometimes it works for all 6 targets, but occasionally it's only maxed out at 2 for some reason. And then you have the cloud of dust, which also works. It works 100%. Same thing over here. Melees. And then, depending on the wave of blasters, it's gonna come back to the SSD, the storm base, and there's gonna be blasters over here, and that's where you put snipers over here, or pistoliers, doesn't matter. Okay, so the next part of this will be wave B, or for me it's B. For you guys it might not. It's gonna be behind your base, and pretty much it's gonna be focusing right here. I'm pretty sure, at least. Don't quote me on that. You want to go 1 sound wall. Okay, freeze traps or spikes, and dynamos in the middle to nuke them. Ceiling electrics or gas, doesn't matter. You're gonna have a line of defenders, melees, all melees. Okay, just respawn the melees here, and they will reach 1, 2-ish, 3-ish tiles right here. They'll probably stop right here and just go, you know, those just start hitting stuff. And right here you can have a pistolier with a ginger blaster for the health for you. Defenders can't pick it up, or you can use a revolt for wave clear. Doesn't really matter. And then yeah, the next wave will either be at letter A over there, or letter E. Okay, so normally it's gonna be at letter A. It's this one all the way over here. And right here, there's 1 spawn over here, 1 spawn over there. And when there's a spawn over here, they're gonna come through 3 pathways. This one's the main one, then there's gonna be that one. Okay. Sometimes they come up this way and walk down this way, or they walk up the ramp. If they walk down this way, you don't have any traps. You can go traps. You can go even flames or spikes. Spikes will literally decimate them. They should not be able to get here at all. But I like to go defenders, so they can pew 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 to knock off my daily quest. But if you don't want to go defenders, then just layer this side, this alleyway, with traps as well. Whoops. Okay, you can go dynamos. I'll just go 1 dynamo for the sake of it. And then you should also go maybe a gas on top, and then hit them with sound to drop any other potential propane. Now, propane should not even be up there because they will most likely be drawn down this way. Okay. And yeah, you have defenders here. Now, in the event that they do spawn and walk this way or that way, you can spawn defenders over here. Shoot them down. This is the second path, or second spawn of this specific amplifier. They will spawn down here. And it gets kind of annoying because sometimes there's lobbers, and that's where you need to pay attention. That's where the quad launcher comes in handy, because it causes a nice 1 tile radius worth of affliction damage. Right here, you need to put a wall over here to prevent them from fleeing their propane. Before, I would put a floor tile here and sometimes smashers would be able to get onto the floor in propane as well, and then they walk across. You don't want that. Okay, anti-airs over here to get the lobbers that chuck their stuff on this side. Flingers sometimes come over here, not usually, but the anti-airs help a lot. Defenders, for whatever gets down here, do not use those defender pads if you use them. Use these ones for melees, these ones for pistols, and you're pretty much good to go over here. And then we go to the letter D, and you put your base right here so that it reaches your amplifier along with all the traps you have down here. Now the traps are gonna be tire traps. Alright, oops. And then over here you have a little insurance with the fists. I use my old, these are still some of my old traps. You want to go sound wall over here, and I put a sound wall normally right here as well. And you have tire traps, so pretty much nothing will be able to get through at all. You have another path to follow up here. If they go through and manage to live, they will get flung out over here. It's kind of not necessary. You should actually just trap tunnel this entire little alleyway. Okay, if you can, because this stuff is from back when I was like level 80. I have a defender pad right here just to shoot down whatever husk makes their way through, and whatever husks actually do make their way through, I have another one, because this is where the tunnel extends through. Right, this is where the tunnel goes through, and whatever makes their way through will get gunned down by defenders. And I put a defender right here, a defender right there, melee to take down any smasher that makes their way through, and you should be good to go, because that's one of the main spawns. Another of the main spawn is right here. You put the base right on top, put the base right here so that it gets the outskirts of your amp, and this is the main trap tunnel. This one's pretty easy. This Plankerton kind of teaches you how to trap efficiently, so that's good in and of itself. I'm gonna go sound wall on the outskirt, gas trap to proc affliction. Whatever husk makes their way through here will get frozen, boom, punched out. Whatever husk makes their way here will get slowed, boom, punched out. Alright, and normally these traps never get touched. Okay. You will encounter meteors on one of these waves at this amp. You will encounter denied, which are the anomalies. Okay, and then this one you will encounter UFO. So UFO normally spawns over here above you, over there above you, or behind you, or behind you. It can attack from all directions, so you just want to listen for the noise, okay, and shoot it down. Normally 1 or 2 xenons will take it down. If you don't have xenons, use a sniper rifle. Those are probably practically the most efficient. You put your base over here on that tile, or you put your base over there on this tile, so that it gets your trap tunnels. Okay, you go tires on the outskirts, freeze on the outskirts. You can go sound if you want. I don't want to go sound. You don't really need to go sound. What happened to my anti-airs? I had anti-airs right here. Did they get like destroyed or something? Normally it would give me the sign, whatever. Anyways, yeah, so you have anti-airs right here. You can jump that up. Oh no, this was a different part. Yeah, jump that up. And then I need to get rid of one of these sections. Not that one. This one. There we go. So that you have access to jump pad up. I like to put walls here whenever I have jump pads, just to make the ascend nice and smooth. Okay. Now we're gonna cover, I believe it's C, the one all the way on that side. So this one has a very nice trap tunnel. Did I cover this one already? Yeah, you put your base right here on this tile, so that it gets the outskirts of your amp, along with the trap tunnel. And one things that I want to add in are the anti-airs. These will save you from propane. And then whatever, there's flingers that spawn over here. To prevent them from going all the way down and just being a total nuisance, I put a defender post here, and normally they have the staccato shadow, which pierces husks, and it makes them dance, so this provides additional support in terms of crowd control. And yeah. On top of that, we have defenders to provide additional firepower. Pew 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 pew! Okay. Going back to letter C. Should be down here, yep. Is this letter C? Yeah, letter C is one that's annoying. This will be a mini boss amp. So, pretty much plain and simple, they will spawn outside. So they'll spawn back here, and they'll spawn up there. Normally they drop down, so you can either launch them back out by going, oops, double, triple, with a side of a, okay, let me get it there, with a roof on the tippity top. Let me see if I can get there. Yep. And you go like this, and this whole ramp will fling them out. If you have triple impact, 1, 2, 3, out. That's where the launchers, the floor launchers. Okay, well this one has a lot of impact in, but it probably won't manage to do it. But if you have triple impact, it'll be able to go triple 3 tiles high and just fling them out. I did that previously, but I don't need to do that anymore, so I just use freeze traps and I obliterate them with these. Normally you would go darts or broadside, doesn't really matter. Sound wall for drop them propane, punch to punch them back in there. They don't ever come through here, which is really weird, so I put my base right here on this tile. And a sound wall, dynamo. Sound wall, well, they shouldn't get here because the floor trap will pretty much finish the rest. And I have defenders just in case. These launchers used to have 45s like that, but then I don't need them anymore, so I just leave them there just for the sake of it. So that's one spawn, and then here's the other spawn. This one is attacked also a lot. So right here you have sound walls, you go dynamos, freeze traps, tire traps, the regular standard trap tunnel nowadays. Punching, punch, punch, out, out they go. Slow, slow, freeze, freeze. Punch, punch, stun for any mist monsters, stun for any mist monsters, stun for any mist monster, anti-airs for the lobbers. And I go staccato, shatatos, whatever they're called, with my defender gunners, because they will pierce husks, and it's one of the best weapons due to the impact damage and utility with the piercing potential. And then over here is another trap tunnel. This one like never gets touched ever. I don't know why no husk ever comes up here, but yeah. And then you will also have mini bosses here. I think it's on like level 28, 29. And you have defender here, defender. The melees will drop down and they will attack them. Okay. So that's about it. I'm pretty sure I covered every single one of the amps. The shielding ones that have like 4 shielders, they spawn in different locations. I've had one that spawned right up here. I had one spawn down there. I had one spawn right here. I had one spawn in this little, this tower right here. It destroyed my defender, which was annoying. So pretty much you just need to defend one of them. The rest you can just sack. It doesn't really matter. You have defenders. I had one that spawned right here, and I had defenders over here. They died, but yeah. So that's about it on the guide. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video. My name is Jess. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed it. But yeah. And go nuts with Plankerton. You can just go nuts with the building. You can make it look nice and fancy. Good for your overall friends that want to tag along with it. Like, look at this. Like, I mean, I like it. I like Plankerton a lot more than Candy Valley. It looks cleaner. The amps are all spaced out. Candy Valley's just all in weird locations, and Twine, well, Twine looks pretty cool too, but it's just, you're very restricted with the building. Did I cover everything? Yeah, so they spawn over here, yep, and then they go into the tunnel, yep, okay, I covered that. Sometimes 12% a day probably gets through here. But yeah, that's about it. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video. My name is Jess. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, bye!